See what happens. Oh shoot. I'm gonna go back to the stream. Review. Okay, so we're trying. It should be streaming now.
Okay, let me bring it back up.
Oh, Oz texted me back. He had a computer crash.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. That sucks really bad. Oh, fun.
Okay. I think it's up now.
What a night.
What a night. Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know I mean, it looks okay.
What a
Except
night.
for I could move my natural progressive symbol over a little bit. Um, Other than that, there's a fly in here. Looks like it's recording okay. Let me stop. Oh, should I stop? Wait, let me go to the um, chat to see what's going on. Elvis is in the house. Are these recent chats?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Ah, if I could learn to type, that would be cool. It's like, come on, people. Okay,
Yeah.
let me know if everything sounds good, looks good. Um, like I said, this is a test, and there's only one way to muscle through this, and that's to muscle through this. You look a bit worn out. Yeah, you think? I just traveled 300 miles today, and yeah, then came home to do this fun stuff. Yeah, yeah. So, so is this working? Because if it does, I'm gonna figure out just how to use Zoom instead. I'm not sure. The strength of 10 men. Jeez, Val. I have the chat right over your face though. Hey,
It's
look,
okay.
it's right there between us now. Oh,
That's okay.
that'll work. I just like having the chat up because it's easier that way. So,
You can cover.
no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna cover. I can cover me. Let's do that. We can
No,
cover
they don't
me.
want that.
There you
They don't want to look at me.
go. Uh, it's fun stuff. Fun stuff.
But
Okay, I think Zoom is the key. Like Zoom works great. Crap.
apparently so.
Why is Discord just difficult? And okay, we're gonna have to figure out how to because Zoom is awesome. Um, I'm gonna look more into it. Last time I checked, if you stream from Zoom, it's the really expensive one. But if you can do it this way, you're streaming through OBS, not streaming through Zoom. So you don't have to pay all the money that it costs to do that. So trying always works in the end. Because our, yeah.
Well,
uh,
um, we can split the cost.
well, I appreciate that. Hopefully, it's only the $15 a month one if we don't have to actually stream from Zoom, but we still want the access to have multiple people on here, more than two. So that's the important part. And I like Zoom as far as you just give people a link to join, it's super easy. I mean, you did it for the first time today, right? Super easy, right?
Right. I just installed it, but if you are just doing the video on live, okay, the sound's cutting out now. Try hello.
I
If
can
you're
hear
just
you fine.
we're just doing
Now your sound's cutting out with an echoing. What up?
well, I'm
What?
trying to cut you off and try Well,
I can hear you fine.
We're just doing.
Now your sound's cutting out.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Excuse me. Cut you off and. Okay, excuse me. Pardon-moi. Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous français?
No, no.
Habla español?
No habla español. Habla en inglés, por favor. Hey,
Sure.
Bio's back. So, what do you think of Zoom, Bio? The Zoom better? Okay, now I'm out of sync with my sound and video. Great. I think that's just the speed of my internet, which is really hard to control because, you know, I'm kind of in Hickville and I do have a landline internet, but it's still not like top of the line. I'd have to spend like $200 a month, and I'm not doing that. So, is what it is.
Well, I could talk to Jesus.
Yeah, talk to Jesus for me. Tell him I need a better deal in life because, you know, since all powerful and stuff, maybe he can give me a better lot in life. Tell him I've been a good person. I try to, you know, give as much as I can and stuff. Isn't that the way it works? You're a good person and accept Jesus as your savior. Oh, tell him I'll accept him as my savior, and then, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that work that way?
He's a good dude, you know. I don't know.
What do you mean about Zoom? Has that hideous monster escaped the Speed Force? Oh, Bio.
Ha ha ha.
He knows that's a program that we're using to chat, right? I think. I don't know. But you were not out of sync on earlier stuff, so that's just recent.
Let me tell you guys. Chris has the strength of 10 men, and she's on a mission.
See my guns? See the guns? They're cocked and ready to go. I am on a mission.
Yeah, look at it. She's got bigger biceps than I do.
Hey, I worked my ass off for these guns. I'm headed to the gun show. Just kidding. They used to be a lot bigger. I've lost some of my guns. So, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed with your energy. I'll say that.
What energy? I'm like half dead. Every time I come on, I'm like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, but you know, you did this long days of work traveling around the United States, the Western U.S., and then you're working on this highly technical stuff
that I know nothing about.
You know nothing about, because we're like novices.
Completely. What was I? Okay, so is there something I need to refresh, or I don't know how to refresh this program.
Why do you want to refresh it?
Because Gazar said we weren't out of sync earlier, so I know when you watch YouTube and it goes out of sync, you refresh it and it fixes it. See, that's how stupid I am with technology. I don't understand, but I'm pretty sure it's just the speed of my computer. Or maybe it's that I'm trying to do too much all at once. I don't know.
That's part of it. That is part of it.
Maybe if I close Discord. Facebook. I don't
Okay,
know.
while she's doing that,
That's all
so
I
the
have
rest,
open. That's it. That's all I can
so,
do. Go
so
ahead.
if you guys think that Epstein was murdered, say yes in the chat. Was Epstein rather,
He was either murdered or let kill himself. One or the other.
one for sure. TYT, the Young Turks did a poll, and they got 75% of people said he was knocked off, that it
Mm.
wasn't a suicide. He has the goods on super powerful people.
Yeah,
Up,
Justin says for sure. Yeah, he did have the goods on super powerful people. That helped, Gazar. Cool. Yay. Okay, so I can't have, and with the other shows I used to do, I had to close down everything else too to make it work better. So now I need to just make sure I close down everything else before I do this. So hopefully,
perhaps a winning idea.
yeah, yeah. I'm liking the Zoom. This is so much easier, don't you think?
Yes, very much so.
We have stressed so much of trying to do it through Discord. So, okay, this is the winning idea. This is what we're going to do. We'll be doing this Women's Wednesday, which works better because I just have to provide a link. And I don't know exactly if I have to. I think at the very worst, we'll have to do the $15 a month. But if not, I have to look into it a little bit more. No,
Well,
no, I meant
I
bloke in
can look
prison
into
was
it
helped.
tonight.
Oh yeah, Gazar helped. Yeah, I think he was helped as well. Like, actually, I'm kind of torn. I think either someone offed him or he was at least helped. Those those are the only two options because there was the guy who was in prison with him that said there's no way he could have offed himself. There was no way to hang himself inside those cells. There was nothing to hang from.
And
So,
and
um,
his celly
it's
was super
suspicious to say the least.
was a bodybuilder. I mean, this guy was huge. His celly
Uh huh.
cellmate was huge. I mean, he had bigger muscles than Stallone or Arnold Arnold. I mean, the guy was massive. He was an ex policeman who was in the uh, bar hotel for murder,
Hmm.
ex cop.
Oh yeah, the ex cop. Yeah, that's and he's the one that said there's no way he offed himself. He said he was. Yeah. So, but they took the suspicious thing was number one, they took him off of suicide watch right before, and number two, it was a brand new temporary guard that was there when it happened, right? Am I wrong on that? I thought I just heard that.
Well, they were short staffed.
Yeah, so
That's
they had a temporary there. But
look.
why would you put the temporary on the biggest high profile person in the prison at the moment? Why would
Yes,
you do that? That makes no sense.
you would look. Your
Oh
average.
yeah, the sheets. Because ours makes a good point. The sheets that they have in those in those prisons, they're like paper. They tear really easily. They wouldn't support a hanging. They're not like the sheets we have.
Right, right. There's no way. There's no way that you can do that. Look, the average jail, just your average. Chris, you're
Mm.
sounds like you're cutting out.
I haven't been talking.
Oh, okay. Um,
I'm moving a little and reading. Is my mouth moving while I'm reading?
your average jail, if any county jail, if you're suicidal, they put a jail trustee to sit outside your cell, checking you every 15 minutes.
Yeah. But on suicide watch, it's even more than that.
Well, I'm saying that that's what they do in an average jail. This guy was so high profile. There was
Mm-hmm.
nobody more high profile than
That's what
Epstein.
I'm saying. So it had to be something that was set up. You know, it. There was too many big time people that that are in danger of getting in trouble for this, and
Big
I
trouble.
I hope it doesn't make a difference one way or another.
Or I mean, we're
Uh,
talking Alan Dershowitz,
the
former
prince, there's the prince.
the Prince, the former governor of New Mexico, Richardson, um, uh, the former president who rode the Lolita Express a bunch of times, Bill Clinton, and who has a known um, knack for abusing women.
Oh yeah,
Um, so there's a ton of big time,
Trump. Yeah,
big profile people, and I'm surprised Jeffrey lasted this long.
me too. I mean, how many people are very surprised by this? I'm not very surprised.
Yeah, and Buck Herman, you're right. I mean,
Oh, Paul's here. We should invite Paul. Hey, Paul, jump on just for fun. Since I got this working.
Paul the man.
Yeah, I miss Paul. Haven't seen him forever. Come on. Oh man, is that link too long? I'm gonna
It,
have to give it to you in Facebook. Sorry, that's not gonna work. I'll give it to you in Facebook. Blah. That one's have to open Facebook, but I'll close it again as soon as I send Paul the thing.
uh, the former
Damn it.
Secretary General of the Soviet Union, Joe Stalin, is famous for his quote of "If you knock somebody off, no man, no problem." And they knocked off a lot of people in the Soviet Union. And a great movie to watch on that is Death of Stalin, which is almost a comedy, really. It's really funny.
The Death of Stalin. I've never heard of that.
It's a new release, and that movie is hilarious. I mean, it is a scream. It, but it's true. I mean, all of it is true, but it's funny. And the very top echelon of the Soviet,
I'll have to watch that.
yeah, Paul, she's got to send you a link to Zoom. To it, you have to install the link, unless you have Zoom already. Do you have Zoom, Paul?
If I can get freaking Facebook to open. This
There,
makes my computer very slow.
there is no way that the elites are going to be involved in um, being charged with sex crimes before they go into their bunkers. You know, they're not. If Jeffrey hadn't got caught, you know, he would be going to a bunker.
Yeah. Well, some people think that it wasn't really him that died because of the ears or something. And
Well,
you know what? That's a little far out there for my taste. I
the
think
only
I think the elite wanted him gone. I didn't.
they do, and it's just simple, just to solve the problem right there, and
Yeah,
not have the problem keep coming up.
exactly. I don't know. Oh my god. I really don't know, and I hate being sucked into this BS. I really do. Um, but it is
Well,
kind of important because it shows the corruption in our
yes,
government, and that's why it's important. Not because it's this gossipy thing. I think it's important because it just shows how much corruption we have in our government and how little we can actually trust any of them on either side.
you nailed it there. That's exactly. They know exactly what's going on with the climate. You know, they know all this, and a problem like Jeffrey Epstein, they'll just they can fix that problem real easy. Right in federal custody, they can fix his problem and their problem immediately.
Yeah.
You know, all it takes is paying off an inmate or some guards. Boom, they'll take care
Right.
of the problem. Look, there's a movie clip, and I wish I could find it, where they show a professional hit. Okay, how a professional hit is done, and it's very efficient. It's totally efficient. They go in with surgical booties. They're gloved up. It's almost it doesn't even look like somebody's being murdered. And I wish I knew the link to that movie, but it shows an example of how a professional hit is accomplished.
Right.
Well, yeah, Paul. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
working on it. Give me a second. My computer's being very slow because I'm on Zoom. So you can see what I'm doing. It just takes forever to do anything.
Look, the rich, they do this all the time.
Well,
See,
they're elites and they think they're above everybody else, above the law, above anything.
the CIA has professional hit teams who that's all they do is hits.
Right. Oh, I believe that. God, my computer's
Now,
being so freaking slow. Okay, write a comment.
now these hits may be contracted out. They may not necessarily be government people.
Okay, there you go, Paul. That took forever.
I suspect that the way this was done was that they had to line up all their ducks. They
Right.
had they got certain
Oh, wait, I
guards
forgot
or
you gotta close
inmates,
this.
you know, paid them cash. Okay, arranged a time, place. They arranged for cameras to not be working.
Yeah. Yeah, because the camera didn't work either. That's the other problem.
Everything was done perfectly, so that there wouldn't be any questions of a mess up. Us
Right.
that the hit team would be caught in screwing up the taking care of the taking care of the problem.
Corruption. No, because our not just government. The corruption is with the rich. Yeah. The rich who treat people as if they're mere tools. Yeah, and that's all we are. Is we're slaves and tools to the wealthy, in their opinion. They deliberately lie and manipulate to set people up against each other. And I'm not talking about Fox News. Yeah, I mean, it's both sides. It's not just Fox News. It's MSNBC. It's ABC, CB. It's all of them. CNN. It was only 2 a.m. an hour ago. It's 4:02 a.m. here in Blighty. Shall have to go, folks. Good night. Good
I will
night,
also
Gazar.
I will also mention
Hey, Torstein.
I will also
Don't call
mention something
Valagala.
else that a lot of people do not understand. If Jeffrey Epstein had made it to prison, he would have been super protected. And the reason being is that he's rich and he would have pay protection money, and there would be an inmate team who would have him under 24/7 protection. Because
Right.
all other inmates want is money. Okay, if Jeffrey Epstein is paying protection, you know, $10,000 a month, he would be super protected in prison, and then he could really sing.
Yeah.
But that's what they wanted to stop him from doing.
What is that?
Night.
Night, guys. Night, Gazar.
Thank
Oh,
you.
by the way, Justin says the journalists aren't really journalists. They're just figureheads of the modern day aristocratic class. That's true. Okay, there's Paul. I see Paul coming on. I don't see his camera yet. Oops, what did I do? Ah, that wasn't right. Trying to get. I don't know which side Paul's gonna be on. Which side is Paul?
Uh,
It's like, where do I put the chat?
put it at the bottom, the very bottom,
But
straight down.
but I won't be able to see it then.
Okay, just move it off to the side.
I wonder if I can put it on the other screen. Oh, I can. Cool. I can put it on
There.
the other screen. That's so awesome.
Yes.
I love this. Check it out. Look. Look, look. It's there on my other screen.
Yeah. That's a 2-monitor setup.
See my new setup, guys? And I have new lighting there. And yeah, there. It's not very fancy there, but see how cool? Big setup here, guys.
That is amazing. That is more impressive than what I got.
Well, thanks to my daughter who moved to New Zealand because she had her own internet show. And so she gave me all the stuff she didn't need anymore.
Yeah.
So,
You've got everything there. Don't now the next step is
learning how to use it all.
yeah.
But
Sorting out
Zoom works so much easier. Holy crap. I didn't know that you didn't have to stream from Zoom to use Zoom. I didn't know that you could put it through OBS. And now that I've worked so hard to learn OBS, it's super easy. And I can't believe I could just put the chat up on the other screen. Bam. Although I don't really want it where it's at because it's over my preview screen, but I can move it. This is so cool. Or it's on my program screen. I want it over the preview screen. That'll work. That's so freaking cool. I
well,
love this.
you've got a lot of gumption, a ton of gumption.
I do. I got a lot of help too. I've got a lot of people who are helping me. Paul, where are you? What happened to Paul?
While we're
My new sailing video up soonish. Okay, well I want to see it.
can I quickly mention the moon thing? I'm not going to get totally involved in it, but can I quickly mention that?
Sure, and you can tell people to go to your channel and watch your full video on it.
Yeah. Well, I can also give the link to it.
Yeah, do that.
Since we're all buds here, our little group of buds.
What crazy men in
And some people think
There's
that humans are going to go extinct
Uh-huh.
soon. It might be a good idea to put a memorial to humans up. There you are, Paul. Say hello, man.
Your mic isn't working.
Audio test, Paul. Audio check.
Don't hear ya.
Audio check, man.
He had it muted and then back on again. It's still not working. See, it's muted now. Now it's off, and it's still not working.
Give us a sign that you're alive. You got a newspaper? Get a newspaper with today's that you're alive.
Oh, welcome to our life. We've tried so hard to get this stuff working. But the funny thing is, with all the trouble we've been through with Discord, we go on Zoom and everything works just fine. I just like, bam.
Okay, well, while we're waiting for Paul, the audio, I'll mention this real quick. I'll do a summarized version of it, okay?
Okay.
If everybody's seen the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey, and the obelisk that is put on the moon, okay, that the aliens leave. So I thought it would be a good idea that humanity should leave some sort of sign of our civilization after we go extinct. And a good place to put that is on the moon. And that would be, a digital archive of man's greatest works, DNA of different animals. And this was just something I was thinking. Then I come to find they actually have done that. They sent on an Israeli spacecraft DNA of humans. They sent a 30 million page archive of this spacecraft crash landed on the moon. Okay. Not only did they send the DNA of humans and animals and the 30 million page archive, they actually sent life forms. They're called tardigrades,
Mm-hmm.
and they are extremophiles, and they sent them to the moon.
Like little
Unfortunately,
microorganisms that can live through a lot, like for a long
yeah,
time.
I'm going to see if I can put a link up too. So anyway, this happened in April, and they actually did this, but they kind of did this in kind of a half-assed way, not the elaborate way I was thinking. Um, so the people behind this obviously want to leave. Yeah, so you can be reincarnated as a test tube baby by aliens. This is. I'm going to see if I can find a link for this. It's also. I did a short video on this.
Hey, Zox, how you doing?
That's what they sent. They sent extreme file,
Tuffy, no.
tardigrades,
Lay down.
and the tardigrades can live in these extreme conditions. Well, anyway, I thought I'd mention this to everybody that they actually did this. They sent this probe or this spacecraft to the moon with this cargo. And no, it's not a onion joke. It really happened. So enough of that. Just
Did
let
you
me
put your
guys-
link to your show in there
Well,
so
let
people
me-
can find
Hello.
it?
see if I can find it.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, good, good. How are you guys
Yay.
doing?
Good. How are you,
Good.
Paul? Long time no see. I've had a hell of a time since they took out hangouts and all that. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, I could see the learning pains. Look at the learning pain I had to go through here.
I know.
Yeah, hey, I like the
This
dog
was
in the
easier.
background. He or she's cute.
That's Tuffy. He's my boy. One of my
Yeah.
old farts. He's like 14. He's old.
Hey, Val, I was listening to what you were saying. It, I, look, even though, did you watch our show on Epstein?
Yes, I watched it. It was great.
I need to see that. I noticed you guys had one, and I was gonna put it on my thing, but I
Yeah,
was
well,
driving
point-
outside of web
The point I was
service.
making is that even though other people or institutions had good reason to do in Epstein, does not mean that they did him in. That's
true.
Guarantee whatsoever. Yes, I believe a lot of people benefit from his death, but that does not mean that they killed him. He also had strong reasons to do himself in. He was screwed. I mean,
Yeah, he was facing life in prison.
there was no way he was
Yeah.
getting out of that. And also, does his death actually really slow down the investigation?
Yes.
Afterwards?
Yes,
Not
it does.
really, no.
Because
I think
he's
it
going to
does.
plead the fifth anyway.
Do you
And
think he had a dead man switch? Something like that would release all the information if he was killed. Do you think he did something like that?
I don't know, but also yeah, it's possible he had that. And then also the physical evidence is still there. You still got the victims. You've still got, the witnesses, the physical evidence, the cameras. I mean,
Maybe
the
some
evidence is still there. Wiping
videotapes.
him out does not change that much, I don't think.
That you don't think they can make that go away too?
I suppose, but I mean, but again, there's just no proof. I mean, you can't slip something into the prison without them seeing it afterward. I mean, the guy was hanging from.
But he had his a cellmate that said there was no way he could have offed himself.
Right.
So
Paul, you work in a psychiatric hospital, right?
Right.
I worked in a psych hospital. They put people on one-on-one, sitting right outside the
Right.
door,
Right.
outside the door,
Right.
watching you 24/7.
Correct. Yeah.
In jails, they will get just for the average Joe, they'll get inmate, a trustee, to sit on a
Right.
and check you every 15 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
The thing is that some of it is staff related, though. They may have been short staff. Um,
Yeah, how
in
convenient.
hospitals, they can't keep you on one-on-ones forever because they can't afford it staff-wise.
They
So-
don't have to afford it. They get inmates, trustee inmates. I know that because I did it.
Right.
What do we have all these people that worked at psych hospitals? Torstein did too. It's like Torstein, Poe, Val, everyone worked in a psych hospital. What the hell? What kind of a
Wait
crew
a
are we
minute, who's the
gathering
third
up here?
person that did?
Torstein.
Oh, Torsten did. I didn't know that. Wow.
That is funny. Figured out. Yeah, I got OBS. It was Discord that we had the issues with. So
Well-
now we moved over to Zoom. And yeah, Oz gave me a secret. He said that I don't have to stream through Zoom. I can stream through OBS but still use Zoom, so I don't have to pay the huge giant amount to use Zoom. With more,
I guess my
I
stance,
don't know.
Val, is until I see, strong evidence comes out, I'm going to assume it was just a straight level suicide.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm not
yeah.
assuming anything, but it's kind of fun to think about, and I don't put anything past the elites. I really don't. I think
Okay, what about this, Paul? If you're a billionaire, and you go to prison, you're
Mhm.
going to be able to pay and get anything you want.
Right.
You will be able to pay for an inmate protection team who will provide your security 24/7. You will be able to get cell phones in, drugs. You will have alcohol. I mean, I'm sure he's used to some fine wine, but you're going to get prison hooch. You'll even have sex. You'll have your choice of
Well, here's the problem, Val, is that he got a lot of privileges when he was in jail in Florida.
yeah.
And that shit came out, okay? And people were really annoyed at that. And I think that did him in because he was not getting those privileges here. I mean, there would have been a huge outcry.
No, he was going to federal prison. He wasn't getting out on work release.
So the thing is,
Work release.
he was treated with kid gloves before, and that information came out too because he continued. He was let out. 6 days a week, up to
12
something like
hours.
12 hours, and he was
Yes.
abusing young women, while he was on furlough.
Yeah.
So just for that reason, they had to, I think, prevent any privileged treatment.
No, well, the way it would work is he would just be an inmate and he'd say, I want a cell phone and I'll pay you $5,000, and boom, a cell phone would be there. That quick.
I think they were watching for that stuff, but then again, how competent were they when they allow the guy to commit suicide? So I mean,
if he wanted sex, he could get a transsexual in prison, or he could get a real female, easily paid off. He could have a weekend.
yeah. But again, my feeling is that just because he was granted all these privileges before, they had to make sure that he did not have access to these kind of things at this time.
He wouldn't need to. Other inmates would have it, and he
He
would.
was segregated, I
Oz
think,
is
from
coming.
the population.
Do you see
Well,
that?
that's
Oz is coming
possible.
on.
He was segregated because you know how co-prisoners treat those with who abused underage girls. I mean, his life would be in danger.
Yeah, but that's if you don't have any money. If you're a billionaire and you can pay people off, they'll provide you protection. They don't care what you did, as long as you're paying them money. They don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think we need to see some evidence before I'll go along with it. Again, there's no question that people would stand to benefit from his death, but that in itself is not a proof of or guarantee that something was done.
If they have evidence that a former president of the United States went on Lolita flights and there's evidence that he had sex with underage children, that's not going to come out. They are not going to let that out.
If you had them all taped and stuff, it's coming out anyway.
They're going to get rid of the evidence. They're not going to let that come out.
Sounds like Trump wants to go after him. So, he wants a grand jury investigation. So,
who here is surprised that Jeffrey Epstein is dead?
Damn it.
And who would be surprised that a professional hit team was sent in to take care of this problem?
Right.
Damn it. Why doesn't this work?
I don't know.
Yes, Zoom works.
What's that?
I couldn't. Sorry. Oz was asking me a question, and I couldn't figure out how to use the Zoom chat because I couldn't find my cursor. It gets lost between two screens.
Oz, what I had to do for the mute, and you had to go to the lower left of your screen and adjust and select the right device, and that made the difference. That's how I could come in. Well, we'll find out more, Val, as it goes along. But so far, the only talk we're seeing is one of negligence, not one of any kind of conspiracy.
Since Guard was found dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Don't be surprised,
How many Epsteins to stop climate coverage completely? Exactly, Torstein. That's the problem. Epstein's whole thing is causing people not to talk about what's going on with the environment, and that's what's really frustrating because I searched for things to find. Thank God for Sandy's show today because that's what I watched, and replays of Derek Jensen because I'm interviewing him tomorrow. That's all I could find on environmental stuff was Environmental Coffee House, her show that was on yesterday that I missed yesterday, and then reruns. There was nothing. Everyone was covering Epstein. So thank God for Environmental Coffee House.
Well, we started the coverage in Epstein. I didn't know that people were talking about him.
Oh, man.
Sandy had a couple of shows with Antonio, and they were talking climate change ad nauseum. All the climate change you want, hours of it.
That's what I want to hear, though. I don't want to hear about. I get enough of that. Like I haven't tried to pay attention to that, and I know way too many.
I'll tell you why Epstein's interesting to me. Epstein is interesting to me because it really shows graphically. Maybe this is less of a surprise to you than it is to me. Shows graphically what these wealthy people get.
Yes, that's the point I was making earlier.
What they get away with. Okay.
If there is nothing else, it's that. It pinpoints.
They're allowed to buy private islands and have underage girls. They have the female procurer. Okay, I forgot her name. Maxwell, right? Robert Maxwell's daughter. They're gonna dig for evidence through her, Val. Shit's gonna come out. Shit is gonna come out. They cannot stop it by doing away Epstein. They cannot. That in itself is not good enough.
Paul, they will sacrifice a few people like Ghislaine Maxwell. She will be sacrificed. They might sacrifice a few others, but the vast bulk of the elites will get away with it. I can guarantee you that. You will not see Bill Clinton prosecuted for statutory rape. I guarantee you, it ain't going to happen.
Well, it's true that Trump has managed to weasel out of everything, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We do know. I don't trust Bill Clinton one tiny bit. His.
Who does? Does someone still on this planet trust Bill Clinton? Because if they do,
I never cared for him as a president.
gullible.
I thought he did this country a lot of damage.
You got Alan Dershowitz. You've got Bill Richardson, former governor of New Mexico. You have Elon Musk. You have a bunch of scientists, including Cross. A ton of Nobel-level scientists. There is some very top-level people involved in this. He was smoozing.
So you think these guys coordinated for a hit? That doesn't make any sense.
Who?
All these guys, these scientists. And
they're not going to be hit. They're not going to
coordinate to do anything.
They don't have to.
Another thing, Another thing, Val, is I don't think they know exactly what Epstein's got on him. I mean, they know the deeds they've done, but they don't know when they were recorded or what was recorded, what wasn't. They don't know.
All evidence will be burned. It will be burned. Unless it's already out in the public record, it will be destroyed.
Yeah, we'll have to see that. See what happens.
Watch.
The story is still very much alive.
Yeah, it ain't done yet.
Mm-hmm. A lot more to come up. Yeah. So as I was saying, Chris, to me it was interesting because it gives us yet another window into how these sociopaths act.
Yeah.
You know?
I was saying that earlier. Wasn't I, Val? That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I missed that. I missed it earlier, but
we think a lot alike because
she was saying that if given a chance, she would take care of these mofo's.
just let me at them. Let me at them.
Why? What would you do to them? We can fantasize, huh?
Oh man, I have ideas. I do.
Yeah. For Oz, he's struggling to get on.
Is he? Did you give him the link? Because I didn't give him the link, and if I try, it took me 10 years to give you the link. So if you could pass the link on to Oz, that would be fantastic. Because if I open up Facebook again,
yeah. Hey Oz, did you purposely misspell terrible? I just noticed that it's 2 R's.
I know. There's only 1 R in it. Terrible.
Was it's actually 2 R's.
Terrible. Because wait, along is the vowel there. Terry. No, it's.
So anyway, kind of. Here's something.
He fixed it.
Brian and I were thinking of running a show, but we wanted to. We were searching for a topic. That's what's held us back. But here's something interesting I was thinking today. Trump said that he's postponing tariffs on some products from China until December now. Okay, so the market was up like 400 points or something. Trump must be making money in the market. He knows when he's going to tweet something positive, and he knows when he's going to tweet something negative, about the tariffs. There needs to be an investigation on Trump and his family regarding whether they're day trading or something, because his tweets are affecting the market big time.
Oh, yeah. He can affect the market easily with just a tweet.
Everything this man's doing is all about making money, even as president. He treats the presidency like it's a business opportunity.
Yep.
For his family, his extended friends and family. I don't know. I think the SEC needs to open up some investigation, on those awful kids he's got too.
Donald Jr.
Yeah. Donald Jr. is making a killing off this. Hey, Dad, tell me when you're going to piss on the market. I'm going to go sell everything. I'm going to short sell, Stupid. You guys didn't find that interesting? I don't know.
There's Oz.
There he is.
Yeah, well, the tariffs, yeah.
No, it really does move the market on a daily basis, He can't shut the fuck up, Trump.
He can't get off of Twitter, can he?
No.
What do you think, Oz? I got it. Yay.
But I don't understand how you're staying on without a pro account. It usually kicks you off in a half hour.
You know what? What it does is, without the pro account, what you can do, it will give you actually a bonus thing just to get you addicted, and then they'll charge you for, and then they'll try and get you to buy in. They've done that before. It'll pop up when I go off, and they'll say, we gave you this extra time, whatever. That's just how they try and get you hooked. So we're going to have to buy it.
Yeah, you're going to have to, because this is so much easier than Discord. This is
Holy crap! It took 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know, and this is how it all should work. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be, what is it, like $9 a month or something for the Pro Zoom?
It's $15. If I don't have to stream it from Zoom, which I don't with OBS. Now that I know how to learn, I've learned OBS now. So all I have to do is get the Zoom and stream it through OBS. So I at least learned OBS through this whole process, so it
Well,
wasn't a
that's
complete
good. You can
loss.
show me how to do it because I need that too. But anybody that I do any engineering for, they have to have a backup program
Right.
because I can't leave them in a lurch if something happens at my end, and that's my only criteria for that. But I'm glad you're going to use it. It's worth it. It really is because it's just easy. You won't go insane.
Thank God. Yeah, that Discord going
So in
through
the
there.
future,
I
you're just going to send a link, right? And that's how people join?
yeah, just like the link I sent you in Facebook.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
And it should be, yeah, there was no need for a password or anything like that.
Nope. You can set it that way, but I didn't. I don't like setting it for that. I just don't know how to close this chat thing. How do you? Oh, okay, right there. There we go.
Well, I like the side by side. You have both chats in the YouTube window too. That's nice. So that's good.
Oh wait, where did my?
No, now you closed it. There you go.
Well, I have the. Yeah.
Not
I
that
the
we're
chat.
chatting that much, but anyway.
But I
no,
have
this
it
is
up
good.
on my second screen, Oz. See that? I have 2 screens.
Yeah,
See?
yeah,
How cool is that?
yeah. That's great.
Excuse my messy desk, but I have 2 screens now. It's like, and new lighting. Did you see the lighting?
Yeah, your lighting is really good. I was going to say your clarity is much better than it normally is. So that's
because
good.
I got serious lighting kit from my daughter. But
No,
when
that
when
looks
she moved
great.
to New Zealand,
It-
she just left me everything she didn't need.
It
So-
doesn't make you look a day over 58. So that's good.
Yay! Yay! I only look 20 years older. Fantastic.
And I want to answer a question Val had earlier. I was doing 2 meetings at once, but Val, everybody predicted Epstein getting killed in jail. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to take credit for saying it too.
That's
So,
true.
yeah, if you want to check my Facebook post and the date, I was one of the first ones. So that's,
I totally concur, Oz. You know, that man was a dead man walking as soon as they arrested him at the airport when he came back from Paris.
yeah. There's no conspiracy. I'll cite John F. Kennedy in the grassy knoll all day long. So or the the weapons of mass destruction, or the Vietnam thing. What was that? Vietnam. They had that fake fight in the river.
Paul, that's
See, there it goes. There's a sign. Do you see it?
Yeah,
That's
love
what
it.
they do. I told you they were going to do that. Now I can't even.
Well, MLK's kids still think that an agency, CIA, was behind their father's death. But again,
Okay, now we have limited minutes, so we've got to shut this down pretty quick. Why
Yeah,
not?
the Gulf of Tonkin and
Gulf of Tonkin.
yeah,
God,
you have unlimited minutes now for this meeting. You could stay on all night if you wanted to.
Did it say that?
Yep.
I thought it said it had limited minute.
So what was the conclusion of the Gulf of Tonkin then? That they really were gunboats that attacked, or they were
No,
provoking?
it was an absolute lie. It was an absolute lie. They exposed it, and there were some soft mea culpas about it, but everybody knows the Gulf of Tonkin was alive. It was proven a lie. It was bullshit. So, it's just like people with this whole thing with Russiagate. They're going to believe Russiagate as long as Rachel Maddow and the corporate-owned media pushes it. There's no change in their mind. So, it's been debunked several times. No proof has been brought forward except what Jake Tapper and all the rest of them have said. It's just a bunch of crap. If you want to buy into that crap, go right ahead. But it's too damn convenient for everybody. So read that book, Shattered, that Hillary Clinton book. It was in that book as well. So.
Guys, sometimes I feel like I'm in a dream. You ever feel like this is a dream? You're dreaming?
Yeah, every day.
All the crazy stuff that's going on. It's some of it's pretty incredible. They just had explosion in Russia, some sort of nuclear explosion. It's stuff you can't make up. It's so bizarre. I mean, I have to pinch myself to see if I'm really dreaming. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, we live in some kind of a whacked out world, that's for sure. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening, and it's hard to believe that it's reality, all of it.
Yeah, we are. We're in a nightmare actually because everybody's still eating their McNuggets and playing their video games and getting ready for football and Christmas while the planet's burning up.
Yeah.
What is it? 117 degrees in Mississippi today or tomorrow, this weekend?
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Oh my God.
that was the latest report. 117 degrees.
Book.
Arkansas, Mississippi, and some of the other places. So yeah, and we've had one of the coolest, most moderate winters in the Pacific Northwest in history. We haven't been above 90 but twice. So, we've been hovering between 75 and 85. That's unheard of up here.
Yeah, we've had okay, in July we were 2 degrees above average in July, high, and then it was 4 degrees above average for the low in July. And the low temperatures that's cool. New artificial. I know you love your AI stuff, but the low temperatures are more important than the high temperatures. Those low temperatures going up and up. Where was it? Where it wasn't going to be like below 100 degrees, like in 48 hours. Where was it? Was in this crazy place. Where was that?
Not Australia.
No, it wasn't Australia. It was, I don't know, but there was some place where it was just unheard of. But for 48 hours, they weren't going to drop below 100 degrees. And that's like gives you absolutely no time to recuperate from the high heat. So, those are the kind of things that are going to become regular. I mean, we didn't make a record number of over 100-degree days here, but we did have way more than average.
Well, your Black Bear News guy was what's his name again? I don't want to.
Kevin.
Evan.
Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin. Yeah, he was talking about 175 cases of heat stroke in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be happening more and more, and if people aren't seeing it, then they're blindfolded and have earplugs in because it's happening all over. There's some places that are colder than average, like, up east.
I'm in talk here.
How is it, Paul, where you're at? Is it above or below normal?
Lately, not too bad. I haven't really been paying attention to that.
That was Galveston, Texas, actually.
I work at
night.
Yes,
it was Texas. Yes, you're correct. Okay, that's right. It was in Texas where it wasn't going to get below 100 degrees at night for 48 hours.
Yeah, I'm in a thing here. Okay, stop right there. Stop. Just sit down. I'm just.
How's it where you are, Val?
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And I want to say this. There are 10 billion planets on Earth or in the galaxy, and I got to be on this one with Trump.
FML, right?
10 billion
FML.
planets, and this is the one that I'm stuck on.
That's just, I mean, so are we. We're stuck there too.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a toss-up between him and McConnell and McCarthy and all those other crazies. So, again, everybody's hollering Trump. Here's I'm going to mea culpa something. I'm an admin in several of the Facebook groups, the progressive groups and the Bernie groups, of course. I will not okay a post in a group that needs okay in the post that has Trump in it because it's social conditioning. Trump didn't make our climate the way it is. Trump is just an element of everything of capitalism that has taken this planet to where it's on the precipice of today. It's the corporate-owned Democratic Party. It's the corporate-owned Republican Party. All the politics aside, it's going to hit us like a ton of bricks when that collapse happens or the realization of the climate grief really happens with people. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to look up and say, oh, well, never mind. Well, they can't because they're going to be cooking. I mean, suicide rates have increased what, tenfold of the last decade. You know, you got farmers especially. They're killing themselves right and left. This year, they couldn't plant what, 40% of their crops, Christine? I mean, food
Yeah.
shortages are coming, everybody, and you're not going to be able to get your McNuggets anymore. So, you know.
Yeah. It's gonna get scary. It's gonna get fast, and it's gonna hit you like a
Well,
brick when it happens.
I did watch quite a bit of Antonio's show today with both Jennifer and with I forgot the name of the woman who knows quite a bit about Monsanto, and I particularly found the video with the lady who knows a lot about Monsanto quite interesting, and Antonio mentioned that really it was the start of the Industrial Revolution that we really ramped up the carbon emissions, and that allowed us to industrialize agriculture and so on.
And it also allowed for more of a population growth.
Right.
Which
that ushered all that in.
A feedback loop all in itself. More food, more people, more food, more, you know.
Yeah, and it's really from the 50s and 60s that we really ramped up the carbon emissions and so on. But we started to. But again, you know, that has to do with overpopulation. I've said many times in my show, it also has to do with what I call the global triumph of capitalism. Once you got Russia and China online, where they also want to eat meat and they also want to buy consumer items and have capitalist approach to goods, buying goods and producing crap that nobody needs. That really was the last nail on the coffin. I mean, that really ramped up. The carbon emissions. And I mean, just think of it: India as a consumer society, China now with its marketplace ideology, and the former Soviet Union, Russia. So
and India's running out of water, right, Paul?
Absolutely, big problem in India. And well, you know, so Antonio, I think, you know, reasonably was arguing for, hey, look, if you can't be a vegetarian, then at least forego on eating meat for 3 meals a day, as many Americans do, which is it's actually a good idea. I also suspect that meat will become prohibitively expensive at some point because it's so land intensive and resource intensive to produce meat and animal products. So I think it'll become prohibitively expensive for most people in time. So that will lead to people having to find other sources of food. But then, you know, it's a sign of wealth that you have a class of people that are, you know, seek better living standards, and part of that is eating meat. You know, I mean, you have you know, what were formerly poorer countries, and they couldn't afford meat in their diets. But now, as they get more affluent and so on, they want it just like we do. So, you know, it's a tricky thing. And but he's absolutely right. At least one thing we could start is, you know, reducing the amount of meat in our diet if we can't go completely vegan.
Hey, Anthony. Good.
That was a
Glad
good
you
show,
made it.
by the way.
Justin McNeil. Yeah, it was a good show. But it's almost 10, and Anthony just made it. Dang it, Anthony. I've got to get to bed. I have to work in the morning because I have to get off early. So I have to go in early so I can do my Derek Jensen interview tomorrow. So I feel bad because Anthony just barely made it. Didn't miss much. We're mostly testing stuff, but we finally got it to work. So we had quite a conversation, right? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I call it quits and put my plants to bed?
No, glad you got it going.
Me too. Oh my God, I wish I just would have tried Zoom to begin with. If I'd just known what I know now. Forced me to learn a lot, though. So that's not bad.
Okay, folks. Well, thank you for having me on.
Thank
You're
you,
the
Paul.
best, man. You're awesome. I love your show.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and you're always welcome on Mondays. You know that.
Yeah, I know
If
that.
I don't give you a link, just holler at me in the chat and
I
tell me
will.
to give you a link, and I'll get you one.
Yeah, I
So,
certainly will. And
You and that hottie Brian.
yeah, we will be on again. We just got to come up with a subject.
yeah,
I'm working next 2 nights, so no chance the next 2 nights.
yeah, we all get busy once in a while.
How about Scientology?
Not a
Chris,
specialty.
you have a he wants to talk about homeostasis. That's going to be interesting.
That'll be a topic. Yes, homeostasis.
Homeostasis.
Homeostasis. Yes.
Well, that's what our body seeks.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what the planet seeks. That's why we're going to talk about it. The planet is out of homeostasis.
So balance. Is that a balance?
Yes, very much so. I mean, big, way more than our body. It's been out of I'm not going to get into it tonight, but it's the planet operates on a similar homeostasis as your body. They're both have to be in narrow margins. So we're going to talk about homeostasis.
Well, why do we sleep? It's because we cannot take the stresses of life 24/7. We can't. We
Right.
can't
The
handle
planet
it.
sleeps, Paul. The planet sleeps at night. Half the planet is asleep. It's dark.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking of homeostasis in general for the human body. I mean, we
Well,
can't.
I'm also talking about pH.
Animals can't take the stress.
Right.
We can only handle so much life. We can only handle so much reality.
Oh, you got that for
We need
sure,
to tune
man.
out.
You got that right, Paul.
Our body has to tune out, and our mind has to tune out.
Yeah.
And then we go into a sleep, and our mind comes up with these fabulous, stories, dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's ready to go.
Yeah, we got to go.
I've got to give. Oz just reminded me I have to give him some information for tomorrow's stream, so he can get everything set up for me. So yeah, I love you guys. It's so cool that we made this work, and amazingly, Paul joined us tonight. So how fantastic is that?
Thanks, Paul.
And Oz too for a second. So,
Yeah, thanks both of you, and we'll keep in touch. Okay.
On the flip side, bro.
Yep. We'll catch up soon again. But thanks for coming, and now I got to figure out how to turn this off because I have no clue.
Seems friendly. Okay. Good night, all.
Good night,
Good
Paul.
night, Paul.
Bye. Have a good one. Stop streaming.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I forgot.